iPhone versus Android has been a decade-long debate now. While you can turn to a number of companies to get your suitable smartphone, chances are it will be running either iOS or Android operating system. Both platforms have matured quite a lot at this stage, having been around for more than a decade. Both have extensive feature sets, and there are very few things that one can achieve that the other cannot. However, each has advantages, and there are reasons why you would prefer one over the other. In this episode of InZu Tech, we'll look at the pros and cons surrounding Android and iOS. Before we start though, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to InZu Tech, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Now, without further ado, let's begin. The fundamentals. At first glance, the user interfaces of these two operating systems appear to be very similar. While both may be traced back to Unix, iOS and Android are very different in one crucial respect. iOS is Apple's proprietary mobile operating system, which is mostly seen in iPhones and iPads. Nevertheless, iOS variations are also used in other products, such as the Apple TV and the Apple Watch. iOS is constantly optimized and fine-tuned to make the most of the device's hardware, and Apple closely monitors any third-party software developed for its mobile operating system. In contrast, while Google primarily develops Android OS, it is an open-source operating system based on the Linux kernel. This means that anyone can modify, change, and adapt it as they see appropriate, making Android much more widely used and deployed in a wide range of different devices. This flexibility, however, comes at the expense of the optimization and security that iOS is recognized for. Apps. Most well-known apps are now available on both Android and iOS. There aren't many mobile apps that only work on one platform and not the other. However, since iOS has traditionally been a more lucrative platform for developers, new apps have a tendency to surface in iOS first, but this is changing as Android's market share is continuously growing. In the United States, iOS remains the dominant platform, but developers around the world are increasingly prioritizing Android. Fortunately, both operating systems have increased their security measures against fraudulent apps and spyware, making apps safer to download than ever before. The Play Store continues to have a bigger proportion of free apps than the App Store. In terms of Apple and Google apps, you can get all of Google's key apps on your iPhone, and many people use them instead of Apple's defaults. On the other hand, Apple Music is the only significant app available on Android that Apple makes. Variety. It's been the same story with Apple for the past few generations. Every year, a new phone with the same old design is released. Things did change with the introduction of the iPhone X, which had a screen with very tiny bezels and started a new era in iPhone design. Still, it was bound to remain basically unaltered for the next few years. However, given that a single company only manufactures iPhones and just a few models are released each year, a lack of variety is understandable. Android phones, on the other hand, have a plethora of options. In contrast to Apple's limited choices, there are a variety of Android phones available, with dozens of manufacturers releasing dozens of models year after year. To be fair, phones aren't as diverse as they once were, and they seem more similar than ever, but various OEMs almost always have something distinctive to offer, whether it's a hardware or software feature. So, which OS comes out on top in this category? It is, without a doubt, Android, because Android phones cover a far broader price range and frequently launch new features years before they are incorporated in iOS. Software upgrades. This is one area in which iOS users have a considerable advantage. Upgrades to iOS are generally available for all iOS devices. When Apple released iOS 14 in the fall of 2020, it was made accessible for iPhone models dating back to September 2015. Yes, we are talking about the ever-so-popular iPhone 6s. Some older devices may not receive all new features in an upgrade, but this is mainly due to hardware limitations. Although Google updates Android on a regular basis, some users may find that they do not receive updates or that they bought phones with out-of-date software. The decision to offer software upgrades rests on phone manufacturers. They may not provide an upgrade to the most recent version of Android for all of their phones and tablets. Even when an upgrade is available, it is frequently many months after the release of the new version of Android. Customization. Needless to say, the iOS experience is quite solid, yet not all all customizable. While the minimalist design of iPhones is perhaps the greatest feature of the phone, a certain degree of personalization is always appreciated, and it's one area where iOS falls short. On the other end of the spectrum, Android provides a huge amount of customization to the user. Even if certain OEMs like Huawei overlays strict iOS-like skins on top of the operating system, users can always download a more flexible launcher such as the Nova launcher, which brings a stock Android experience to every phone. Furthermore, a rooted Android phone allows for even more customization, although it does run the risk of disrupting the system and potentially voiding the warranty. Affordability. There isn't much to say in this area, and the winner is very evident from the start. Everyone is aware that Apple products are exorbitantly priced. This applies not only to iPhones, but also to MacBooks, iMacs, Apple Watches, and almost every accessory imaginable. The only way to purchase an affordable iPhone that isn't the iPhone SE is to buy an older generation model, possibly even used. Even so, due to how long iPhones are kept up to date, they are bound to be rather pricey. Meanwhile, brand new Android phones can be obtained for less than $100, though the old saying holds true: if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. The cheapest Android phones usually have performance issues. Nevertheless, a $300 mid-range Android phone may provide all of the features and performance that you require from a smartphone. Battery life and charging. Battery life is one of the most common complaints among smartphone users. Since there is no shared hardware between these two platforms, comparing them is difficult, and although iOS is designed to get the most out of the battery per mAh rating, you can buy an Android device with a considerably larger battery that will easily outlast the iPhone. Both Android and iOS allow you to check your battery usage at a glance, broken down by app, but only Android displays an estimate of how much battery life you have remaining. They also have power-saving modes that can help you save battery life by reducing performance, connectivity, and other features, but Android's mode is generally more adjustable. Android enjoyed an advantage in the charging department for a long time because many Android phones included fast charging and wireless charging features. However, Apple's iPhone 11, iPhone 10, and even the iPhone SE 2020 have all incorporated new charging features, indicating that they are not far behind. It's worth mentioning that the fast charging adapter for some iPhone models must be purchased separately, whereas it's normally included with an Android phone. The iPhone 11 Pro came with a fast charger from Apple, but it was one of the final iPhones to come with any charger. Since iPhones currently only come with a Lightning to USB-C cable, you'll have to buy a charger separately, starting with the iPhone 12. Android lovers shouldn't look down on iPhone lovers too much, because Samsung is simply following Apple's lead. The new Galaxy S21 lineup includes no charger, and similar to the headphone jack, we're likely to see this shift spread to other manufacturers. This category is far from clear-cut, but when comparing similarly priced Android phones to iPhones, you can buy a phone with a larger battery if that's essential to you, and they tend to come with fast chargers included. Camera. This is a tough category to assess. The Pixel 5 has a great camera, but so does the iPhone 13 Pro Max. While most of the current generation of Android flagships have good, if not fantastic cameras, there is significant variation, and the picture quality of many mid-range devices falls short of that of iPhone cameras. Most low-cost Android phones, as expected, have low-quality cameras. Both platforms' camera apps are very good and very fast. The iOS camera app takes the cake for ease of use and excellent results without any adjustments. However, there is greater variance on Android simply because manufacturers add their own camera apps with a variety of features, some decent, others gimmicky. Despite the capabilities of phones such as Google's Pixel and Samsung's Galaxy, experts used to award this one to iOS for pure consistency. However, times have changed, and many more Android manufacturers have started to compete with Apple's great cameras, so this has to be a tie. Which OS gets the win in the overall category? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to InZu Tech, and hit the notification bell if you're new to this channel to be notified when we upload more content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.